Hey, happy Tuesday. I'm Walt, and welcome back to the channel where I give you my free daily sports bets. All right. Now, before we get started, if you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. Today, we have the first day of the play-in tournaments in the NBA. So we're going to look at a game over in the NBA, and then we're going to look at one MLB game. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Our first bet will be a NBA player prop. We're going to look at Bradley Beal over 31.5 points versus the Boston Celtics. Over 31.5 points, you say. Why so much? Well, Bradley Beal was the second leading scorer in the NBA this year. You know, he had a couple of injuries, sidelined him a few games, and Steph Curry was able to surpass him. Granted, even if he was healthy, I believe Steph Curry was going to surpass him. But in those games versus the Celtics this year, these are the points that Beal put up: 46, 35, and 41. This being a playoff game, the Wizards being on the road, I do not necessarily trust the Wizards on the road, and I've said this before. So I like Beal to have a big game, and I definitely think he will have over 31.5 points. All right. Now, staying in this same game, we're going to take the Wizards versus Celtics under, and I repeat, under 232.5 points. And you may be asking, why under? You know, the Wizards give up a lot of points. You know, the Celtics are fairly offensively savvy, but why under? Well, I'll tell you why. Washington, 52.8% of their games go under on the road. And Boston, they're 50-50 at games going over or under on the road. So for me, when I look at this game, I say to myself, what are the factors that's going to pull me to one side or the other? And it's the history that the games they played previously, right? So they played 3 games this year versus one another. And every last one of them went under. In fact, the highest scoring game of the 3 was 223 points. Basically, almost 10 points less than the 232.5 that they have here today. Now, I even digged a little deeper. And during these games, they've had their big ballers in most of them. You know, Kemba Walker was suited and booted and playing for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. In that same game, you had Westbrook and Beal. And if you want to throw in Hachimura. And they still managed to go under that point total for the game. So, I mean, I've been looking, and I think the public consensus is that it's going to go over. But I'm going to go with what the numbers have said. This is the playoffs. You know, granted, defense isn't at a premium. But I do believe that when you've played a team that many times in a year and all of the game totals go under, I think this play-in tournament, just like any other game in the playoffs, is going to magnify what's already been there. So I expect that this will go under 232.5 points. All right, now moving on to our last bet of the game, we're going to go back and look at the White Sox versus the Twins, and we're going to take the White Sox money line, which is very, very favorable. You know, Lance Lynn will be on the mound today for the White Sox, and on the season, he has an ERA of 1.30. And in his first matchup against the Twins this year, he won. You know, the Twins lost to the Sox 4-2. The White Sox are number 3 in hits, number 1 in runs, and they're also number 3 in opponent runs allowed. On the other side, you got the Twins, who are 28th in opponent runs allowed. So if you just look at the way that the White Sox did the Twins yesterday, I think it was 16-4. That should tell you the story right there. Now, I'm taking the White Sox money line, and I'm probably going to parlay that with I've already parlayed it with the Wizards under. But, if you want to take the run line for the White Sox, I would not be against it. So that could be a lean, but I'm definitely taking the White Sox money line. So that does it for me. Happy betting. Good luck. Oh, and I will be doing some live blackjack today, maybe some poker, but either today or sometime this week, I'll schedule, or I'll just be on and do some live blackjack. All right. But happy betting, good luck, and most importantly, never bet more than you can afford to lose.